Hello everyone, Arnaldo here broadcasting from Fidelio's Frequency. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I would like to feature the debut album of an emerging artist that was just released this past Friday. The name of this artist is Tianna Esperanza, and the name of her album is Terror. Starting off with a quick unboxing, front cover and rear cover, with pictures of the beautiful Tianna. Inner sleeve, heavy cardstock with credits on one side and lyrics on the other. And to finish off with the bronze colored vinyl. So many of you are wondering, who is Tianna Esperanza? Tianna is a 22-year-old singer, songwriter, and I'd also like to add amazing storyteller who grew up in Cape Cod. She's the granddaughter of Paloma McLarty, the founder of the girl punk group called The Slits, and later she also played with the Raincoats. And yes, did the grandmother have an influence on Tianna's music? Most certainly. You will notice that in certain songs there is that punk attitude, not only but also maybe these sounds that hail from punk music in a certain way. So Tianna Esperanza's main inspirations draw mostly from Nina Simone, Public Enemy, and Gil Scott-Heron, but they aren't inspirations that are very obvious. Sometimes it's just the attitude of these three artists, and other times it's actually maybe songwriting styles or arrangements. Tianna's voice is very unique. It's really hard to define her, as some have tried, as a sultry voice, because I think it would be kind of limiting to peg her only with one adjective. There's times when she sounds like Eartha Kitt, other times maybe the singer from Portishead, Beth Gibbons, other times she'll sound like Billie Holiday, or maybe even PJ Harvey. So to start off by describing Tianna Esperanza, one of her strongest assets is definitely her voice. To follow up with that, I would have to say her songwriting skills are very mature, well beyond her 20 or 21 years of age that she probably wrote these songs at. She has a very amazing sense of wordplay. She's mastered that incredibly well at a certain age already, at a certain very young age. The contents of this album are definitely autobiographical. Starting off with the first song, which is the title of the album, Terror. It starts off almost with a angelic voice, with a very beautiful melody, but then turns into almost a sonic assault of guitars. Once again, reminiscent of maybe something PJ Harvey would sing. And it chronicles certain important moments in Tianna's life. Probably one of the most autobiographical songs in the album. She touches upon the grief from the loss of her younger sibling. I believe at the age of 8, she lost her little brother. She touches upon the sexual assault that she experienced only aged 13. So along with other songs that are very autobiographical within the album, I would have to say probably this is the standout track, and the one that she's talked about more often, that probably she sees as having to revisit and talk about for years to come in her career. Next up is Princess Slit and the Raincoat Prince. This song, in my opinion, reminds me a little bit of Susie and the Banshees. It is most definitely an homage to her punk rock roots, as well as celebrating her queerness. The album then switches gears and has a bit of a almost R&B influence, and I could see here is where Gil Scott-Heron probably is the most obvious reference. The song has spoken word verses and then an R&B chorus that may be reminiscent of something Erykah Badu may sing. And the song Lewis is really a tribute to Louis McCoe, who is the founder of Harlem's historic African National Memorial Bookstore, who she credits for raising her awareness on classism, racism, and religious oppression. And also, the song is kind of like an anthem to the power of knowledge, of how important it is to be knowledgeable in order to go forward in life.
'Cause you can be as black as a crow, you can be as white as snow, but if you don't know, then you ain't got no dough.
Other songs I'd like to briefly touch upon and highlight, Tianna sings in Spanish, and one of my favorite songs on the album is the song Granada. This is clearly an homage to her Spanish heritage, and it is arranged like a Spanish love song, most definitely a love song to Granada. Switching gears again, the next song is Buy You a New Attitude. And here we are in 20s, 30s jazz territory. Influences like maybe Eartha Kitt or Billie Holiday or Ma Rainey are the first impressions or the first resemblance that one may find.
Let's get your head in, let's get you credit. Let me buy you a new attitude.
Three Straight Bitches from Hell is the next song, and another very autobiographical song. And here's where her mastery of wordplay is probably on full display. She likens an experience in her life, which was to have crushes or fall in love with three straight heterosexual women. Of course, probably not all at the same time, but subsequently. And she likens them to the Greek mythological three-headed dog Cerberus. Definitely interesting song, has no chorus. It's just all this storytelling of the encounters and the personalities that she has fallen in love with throughout her life.
And then there was a second lady of the hair. She was a vision of Vienna with her love handles and breasts.
The album ends with three songs that each have a feature with another artist. The first one is Hunger, features Mick Flannery. He also co-wrote it. Mick Flannery, the Irish singer-songwriter. Followed by Pick a Stone, which is also co-written with Rachel Yamagata, who duets with her. And the album closer is a song that she co-wrote with Valerie June. Initially, the name of the song is Lone Child. Initially, the song started off with a chant, almost kind of like a tribal chant that Tianna had in her mind for a while, which then she brought to Valerie June, and together they almost wrote this song that is kind of like a anthem to sisterhood. So what else to say about this album? It was produced by Chris and Hetty, impeccably produced, I would have to say. And I find that already, not even 2 months into the year, we have a contender for one of the best albums of the year. I definitely can say that from now, most likely this album will end up in my top 10 of the year end. So once again, I invite you to listen to Terror by Tianna Esperanza. If you haven't already, please click subscribe. Let me know give me your feedback. Make any comments. Let me know once you've listened to the album, if you've enjoyed it and what you've enjoyed it, or if you haven't. That's all for me. I will see you on the next one. Bye.